Hey guys, I thought I would do just a real quick week 17 recap. There's a lot to unpack here, so I'm going to stick to how we golfed and what the division races are coming down to. I've joked around quite a bit, and it's fun, and I will be a jokester, but this might be a little bit more vanilla because some of you more buttoned-down fellas seem to just want me to stay to the state of the golf, and so no problem, that I can do. So let's just quickly go over the scorecards from last week, the first tee time, and I'll quickly mention the prize was most pars or better in Division 1 and 2, and Jeff had a great round, and Mike as well, and I'm going to get to that here. So let's start with those guys. Stu and Mike played very well, shot their average or thereabouts. Mike had 5 pars or better and got a golf ball. Tom was a sub. Louis, nice to see Louis. He subbed in, and it was good to see Louis again. Dwayne and Josh, who played really well, below their average against Ken had some back problems and or dizziness. I'm sorry, he was dizzy, and I played well. And Josh played very, very well. He had one bad hole. He didn't realize, and neither did I, that had he made that last putt, it would have been a tie. And so I kind of had the suspicion that we were that close, and I made him putt one that, you know, maybe I would have given to him if it hadn't been so close. But I didn't do that, and you know, that's how that goes. But I still think they both played well. Josh played great. He had one bad hole. I played consistent. So Joe and Jan, Joe came back to earth, and that's fine. I've played him. I know he shot a 40 with me, so I know he's capable. And Jan's consistent, and it seems like he's getting better and better. So props to him for being able to that steady golf, that being able to play as if you don't care and yet want to beat your partner. So that's the balance that we all have to face, is you want to play good, be relaxed, and then kick the shit out of your opponent. Jerry and Pat are right there. They've already won the first half and have a good shot to win the second half. So they got 2 points there. And Pat, I will mention that this was what I also wanted to mention. He's got his book coming out, and he mentioned the retired doc gets to tell his story in a book, which I will buy and have him sign when the time comes. And he's told me a couple stories which are I wish I had the mentors. Now, granted, I have some intelligence that's hidden in here somewhere, behind the tomfoolery and the playing the fool that I like to do, and the straight up numbskull that I am. But there's a clever guy in there. Pat, at least, it bubbles out, and obviously some people early in his life noticed it and mentioned it to him, and he took them to heart. Nobody ever mentioned that to me because it wasn't so obvious. But yeah, in addition to having a great life, he's in the playoffs in the Badger Men's Golf League. So congrats. Bruce and John against Greg and John Cavan's sub, Glenn, my buddy Glenn. Glenn played well. These guys, Bruce and John, are just steady. Bruce, let's see. No, Bruce had I'm sorry, that's a sub. But in any event, what I'm getting at is Bruce is steady. That if I had to capsulize his golf, it's steady. Greg shoots better than that typically. So I think that 7 does not help. When you put it across Odana Road, things like that happen. A 7. So just stay in your lane. You don't need to be going across Odana, and you won't shoot a 44 when you're used to shooting 40s and less. So, and Glenn served well for John in his absence. Paul and Hank, those guys continue to play well. Hank, it went low. I believe that's quite a bit under his average. Let me take a quick look. Sorry about my mess here. Just want to see what Paul is. Sorry, I know this is annoying when I do this. But I want to see where Paul... yeah. Hank... No, that's right. Hank's, he's steady. I didn't realize how steady that is. But he's 41 is where he should be. And that would be a good partner to have. So those guys are right where they should be and played steady golf, and that's a beautiful thing. David and Jeff, we had the rain out, and Jeff was 2 under, and they wanted to show that score, which I'm glad they did because I'm mentioning it, and also Ed and Steve Isley put their scores down there because Jeff was 2 under. It didn't slow him down any, a little at the beginning. Then he lightened up and took care of business and went low. So who knows what would have happened in those last holes. So Jeff, you could have gone double, triple for all I know. So don't worry about it. You still played well and it counts. And you guys are in the playoffs. So Rob and Andy, oh, they had their other scores there, I guess. So that's cool. They did that too. Rob shot well, was under 50. Congrats. And Andy's steady Andy. And those guys are, I believe, right there and have a great shot to be in the second half playoffs for Division 4. Steve and Don Weeby subbed in. And that's the way those guys score. Steve is right there all the time. He's you know, he got a par right there. So Tom and Al and Tom, this is what I'm talking about with this Zen I don't care, playing as if you don't care attitude works well until you shoot an 8 and have 5 and have, I believe he had 5 pars, and then he hits a quad bogue, and it's still 44 is good, but you know, if he has just a little bit of that killer instinct, and I know you ask him, I don't care, I didn't even know if I had a par or not, or whatever, and that's a great attitude to have. Plays some calm golf, but then when it comes to winning, you don't have the killer instinct, and so that's what happens there. And Bill Peterson, major props to this guy because he had shot one of his best, if not his best round by far at 38. So major props to Bill for that, and his 8 pars or thereabouts. So that's awesome, man. That's good golf. I'd love to see it, and it's those guys are legit 1 stroke out of, or one point out of the second half. So they are legit for trying to make it into the playoffs. And then last but not least, oh my gosh. Oh, Tom and the Rose fella, Doug Rose, the sub who was this Irish Open champ, co-champ. So he got to play in the league. I think he's been a sub quite a bit, and just I'm not familiar with him, but and Tom played well, and the Evil Empire. Well, Kim was here, and he shot not his best. He's better than that, and Jeff wasn't around, so Andy Stoughton, who's a really good golfer, shot 43. He's better than that, but But in any event, so there you have it, guys. I'm going to do a quick, do you guys want me to do this? I'll do it. I didn't want to get into this, but I'm going to. It's more relevant next week, but hey, we've got, it's coming down to Jeff and Todd against Dave and Jeff Korb, Greg and Kevin against Stu and Mike, Pat McBride and Jerry against themselves, or if Ken and I somehow pull something out of our ass, we will be there for the second half. Same here. Rob and Andy have the first half, and Bill and Jason have to win. So there you have it, guys. We will see you later.